So you're going to Marie Kondo your clients? Sean said, yes, I am.
Absolutely.
If they don't bring me joy, don't want to work with them anymore. Hey, welcome to Smart AF. I'm your host, Torie Mathis. We have got a great show for you today, so let's get started. Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm Torie Mathis here with my buddy, my pal, Sean Mathis.
Hola.
Hello. So we were talking the other day about how service-based businesses, it's super important that you get clients that you really want to work with. We have had a couple of nightmare clients. Luckily, we haven't had too many. And let me tell you, the whole vibe of working is so much different when you have clients that just like they're a match for your business and your personality.
Yeah, when you have clients that like you talk about hate saying it's Monday and all that kind of crap, right? That cliche, just you don't want to go to work kind of thing. As a business owner, you know it shouldn't be like that ever. But every once in a while, a client can sneak in and start to make things feel like that, where like you don't want to go and you don't want to open your email and you don't want to deal with anything that this client is doing because you know maybe they're not straight up a jerk, but they're just a pain in the ass for one reason or another. And I think they don't realize it.
I think there's different personality types. And I think that there's people that are very like mothery or whatever. And so they need those like really needy clients. So those people mesh well, you know? So I think that it's, you know, a pain in the ass for you might not be a pain in the ass for somebody else. There's, you know, a pain in the ass out there that will work fine
that's even
with
like
anybody. Clients,
you know, if you're the type of person that wants to call for every little thing, send me an email to call, you know, and we're really, it could have just been in an email. Like we're probably not the best.
Right. So we deal with a lot of our clients through email or through text because a lot of the things that we're doing, they're like little quick things or things that can be explained. Like you don't need a phone call for a lot of the things that we do. Plus it takes so much longer to get things done. And some things like updates to a website, like if you can type those out and we can copy and paste names or whatever, like it's so much easier. Like those types of things need to be in email. And so, yeah, I agree. Like we work best with people that are cool with working through email.
Yeah, I've gotten calls where like I got updates to the website and like they're expecting me to stay on the phone with them the entire time as we go through and like I don't have time for this.
Well, and it's a hard way to get everything right. Like, you know, we talk about not knowing what is involved in some of these things. Like it's not something that you can always just, you know, go in there and change it really quick. It can be very involved that you don't really have the time to sit there to make all those little changes. Plus we're making changes to a live website. So it's best that those things are done when it's appropriate to do those things. But so what do you do when you have clients that want to call you all the time?
Luckily, it doesn't happen too often. I'm naturally a nice guy though, so I deal with it for the most part. I do encourage them, like if it's changes, I'll encourage them to email me because ultimately I'm like 98% not going to get the change done right there on the phone. Unless it's like one simple thing that they literally could have just sent me a quick email to get it done. But if it's like a list of them, like in multiple pages, like I'm not going to have time for that. Unless it's a scheduled phone call, in which case we could have done that. Even then, I'm still going to try to redirect them.
Yeah, I think part of it is if you're a service-based business, you kind of have to train your clients to know that that's how you want to work. But if you bitch about it and don't tell them that is how you're going to make yourself miserable.
Well, that's like, you know, since I've been working with you, I will, and we get a new design client. I've learned like you get 2 sets of changes. If it's design something, I'll tell them, right? So just so that they know, maybe they do get 3 because, you know, one was, you know, super simple or whatever the case may be, or, you know, typo kind of stuff. So it's not like black and white. No, you got 2 changes. But at least there's that expectation that, because some of them, they think, well, we're going to go back and forth, 100 times until we get it right. Like, no, we're not.
Well, I think if you let them do that, like, they'll change the whole design. Like, you have to make decisions, or you have to like talk to everybody you need to and figure it out. Don't like keep like, oh, I showed it to Bob.
Yeah, my friend says you shouldn't use this color. No,
and I think with that's part of like, you have to train your clients and set those expectations so that, you start to mesh well with them. But you know what? Sometimes you're going to have people that you don't mesh well with, and you can fire them. You can fire your clients. Now, obviously, if you have like a business where you have customers coming in, like, your Home Depot or your restaurant, or, obviously you can't really tell people, I'm not going to serve you. However, if you're a service-based business where you work one-on-one with people and you only have so much time, you kind of have to be selective about those you work with. So there are ways to fire clients. If you set the expectations and it's still not working out, it's okay to, do some of these things. One thing that you can do is you can raise your prices. That's an easy way that you might either you'll make it worth the pain in the butt, or the person will leave. And we've done that before. I know that Sean has a client that I nicely handed off to you, and every time he comes back, you charge him probably 5 times more than anybody else, because he is very, very, very difficult to work with. His attitude doesn't mesh with ours, right?
And he's not a jerk by any means, but it really is just a personality difference that I don't like how he makes me feel when I'm dealing with him, and I don't ever want to feel like that when we're doing stuff. So I try to make it so that it's not a common occurrence. Yeah.
Another thing, there's been somebody that has tried to work with me several times, and I've, talked to her on the phone a few times. I've been in a group phone call a few times with her, and I just already I know that we would not mesh well. And I always tell her I'm not accepting new clients. I'm not accepting clients for that right now. Being that we can only have so many clients for a lot of the one-on-one type things that we do, it's totally legitimate to not have clients right now. I know a lot of clients, when they do that, they actually set up a wait list, and they make everybody go through a wait list. That way, if you stay on the wait list, you don't feel like why am I the only one? Like, nobody knows how many people go on the wait list. So if everybody goes on the wait list and then you pick and choose who you want to do, that's a really easy way to kind of weed those people out. I have actually hooked up for a few of our coaching clients that are coaches, a way that they can take in like a questionnaire and see if a client will be a right fit for them. And so that's another way that you can weed out people from the very beginning. See what their budget is, see what kinds of things that they've already done, see how many employees they have, what size their business is, how much sales they have, their sales volume. That way you're kind of pre-qualifying them. That way hopefully you get people that are more of a match for you. I have one lady that I worked with a long time ago, and again, it started to be a little bit of a personality conflict that, again, she was just a little bit hard to deal with. And, some people are just like that. And the last time she called, I'm sorry, I didn't call her back. I don't do that very often. I think that's the only time that I've done that. But you guys, I don't want to work with her. I think it was just for her to print something too, and I don't want to work with her.
Yeah, once you get over the feeling bad about doing that and then realize that was kind of necessary, it's not quite so bad anymore. Even solicitors calling me, I hate, it's awkward to just hang up on somebody. But I've also gotten to the point to where I don't have time to sit there and listen to whatever they're jabbering, and straight up hang up on them now.
See, I can't hang up on people. I haven't been able to do that. So I just don't answer the phone. So then I don't have to hang up on people. Well, yeah. Even the thing with the clients, in 15 years or whatever it is, I literally have 4 people that I have felt this way about. So, that's hundreds of people we have worked with that have just been fantastic, and I would work with them again and again, and 4 people that it just, it wasn't right. And sometimes you grow out of clients, and I think that that's okay too. Sometimes it's just the direction you're going might be different than the direction that your clients are going, and that it's okay to break up with them.
Yeah, that one that's probably the hardest one. When there isn't anything really like that stands out, like I don't want to work with this person, but there's just that nagging feeling that maybe we're just not right for each other anymore. Just like how real relationships between two people it can occur. It happens in the business world, even in corporate America, where now all of a sudden your peer, you don't get along with them, so you don't like going to work. Your boss is an asshole. There's all kinds of things. I mean, it's just there may not ever be that one specific instance that you're like, well, they did this, so now I'm like I'm miserable around them. It's just for whatever reason. It doesn't bring you joy anymore.
I know. I was like, so you're going to Marie Kondo your clients? Sean said, yes, I am.
Absolutely.
If they don't bring me joy, don't want to work with them anymore. And you could do that. Like, that's the joy of like being an entrepreneur and being your own business. Like, don't take on clients that you don't want, that don't fit with you and your business. And so you got to figure out whatever it is, like whether it's, the questionnaire or things like that, or some type of interview process or trial, like whatever it is. And then if it doesn't work out, it's okay. What else you can do is you can refer them to somebody else. Like, I'm a little bit busy right now. My client, I have a lot of client load going on right now. So I really think you need to have the best, experience possible. And I'm just not able to give that to you. But you know what? So-and-so can, and just refer them out.
Even with all the software that's out there for like our kind of industry, we just had one where I actually was trying to talk her out of us doing, what she wanted, simply because I felt that what she needed wasn't really what she was asking for, and what I thought we could have provided.
You're being very vague. Just explain better.
It wasn't going.
She wanted us to design something super simple that she could have used Canva and just could have designed it herself. Like, if it's something really simple, do you really want to hire Torie to do having me be involved is like a big deal, really. Like, do you really want me to be involved in something that's kind of simple, right? And so yes. You can say, like, you're trying to be super vague. Like, so we said, like, why don't you go to Canva? There's awesome templates on there, and you can just like replace the stuff and fill it out yourself. And she's like, I am not a designer. Like, I don't do it. That's not what I do. Like, I don't want to do it. Okay. Well, then, we'll do it for you. And I did.
But even that, we did more than what she wanted.
Right. Well, it wasn't just the one or two little things, because again, if you get me involved, it's going to probably be, so I designed.
But to like really utilize what Torie's capable of doing, like, it wasn't going to make sense for her. Like,
it would have
been too expensive, and it just wasn't going to work, which is why I tried to push her over to Canva. But she didn't want to, so we wound up
and sometimes you
splitting the middle.
Sometimes you don't even know if clients know about something like that, like to give them an option to do it themselves. They may not have known, and she did know about it, and she didn't want to do it, and that's fine. Like, I think that's cool, and so I did it. And like you said, that it ended up making the project a little bit bigger than they wanted originally, because to have me just design one little teeny thing is kind of a lot. But I think it worked out, right?
As far as I know, I haven't even heard that.
Maybe it didn't work out. We'll find out.
It could still come back to bite us in the end. I don't know.
No, I think it'll be fine. You always want to try to work with clients and to do what's going to work best for them. And I always want to do the best job possible and offer them different solutions, because sometimes they don't know. It wasn't a personality issue. We like you if you listen, if you watch this. It wasn't that I didn't want to. It's just that it may not have been the right project. Right. Marie Kondo those clients. You don't have to work with people that aren't a fit for you. If you're in a service-based business, you can be a little bit choosy, and I think you should, because working one-on-one with them, it takes a toll on you, on your whole entire week if you have those clients that just drive you crazy.
We've even had some that we started to grow apart, right? But they paid so much, it made it that much more difficult to let them go. But ultimately, they did go away, and we more than recovered from it. So even from a financial standpoint, if you're scared to let them go,
it's not worth it. There is that fear, especially when they are a big client, that you don't want to let them go, but you have to make room for new stuff to come in, because you can only have so much in your bucket. So you want new stuff to come in your bucket, sometimes you got to empty that other stuff out, and it'll come through.
If it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it.
Marie Kondo everything. So if you like this episode, be sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video. We'd appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
If you want to get smart tools to build your business, go to besmartaf.com.